Soon Dr. Shak here. Welcome back to another video. If you're new to the channel, definitely consider subscribing. This is one of the last days before finals week in Block 3 Neuro. This time around, I wanted to document the amount of stress that we med students go through, what our finals week looked like. Neuro is like a particularly challenging block, so seeing the stress behind that might give some perspective as to what we go through. So that'll be fun. Not really. We got 2 back-to-back exams. We got a presentation on Monday as well. And the thing is, the anatomy practical is probably the most weighted grade in the entirety of neuroscience. Just got done with the last lecture of anatomy. It is currently 1:30. I guess I'm gonna start through all the Anki cards that I made so far. I just wanted to point out how I really prepare for anatomy, at least in medical school. The only way I do that is literally just making Anki cards and just going through that on my own time. I barely even watch the lectures. Just me going through them is what helps me study the most. I will say that representing each anatomical structure in not just a pictorial form, along with a lot of the words that are being represented in each card, attaching a picture along with the words that are in each card, as well as creating image occlusion enhanced deletions. That's the way that I definitely study, because not only do I get to see how the anatomical relationships that are represented in words, but I also get to see where all those structures are located, and that's the main thing. It's seeing those different structures located at different images so that it's easier to recognize on an actual cadaver or even on test day. I just finished doing an hour of Anki. Now we got anatomy lab, so we're gonna get ready for that and head over. Given that we did all the labs, what's your favorite lab in neuro?
My favorite lab? It's a really difficult question. I really did enjoy the brain labs. Basically, just going through the internal aspects of the brain and stuff like that. I mean, there's a lot of different sections to the brain that we have to go through in the different labs, but just generally looking through the inner aspects, thalamus, hypothalamus.
I'm gonna make some coffee real quick. I'm gonna be working on some clinical cases for anatomy lab. Basically, they apply a lot of the anatomy that we learn in class in a clinical context, and kind of have to answer questions based on case presentations. So yeah, me and my anatomy group, we just kind of fill it out as we go. It's due tonight. Hey, I just got done, headed to the restaurant to meet up with my club. It's a nice little break. Yeah, so far so good. I finished 2 of the cases. When I get back, I'm going to be doing ENT. There's going to be an exam on Monday. Next week is looking very, very crazy. I feel like this neuro exam is one of the harder ones as well. There's just so much content. I feel like it was the very first, that one video where I made 4,000 cards. I think it's going to be the same amount of cards that I need to make to be fully prepared for the neuro exam. I know it's only about 10% of my grade, but still. Alright, I just got back from dinner. I'm probably going to do a little bit of work before I go to bed. Wow. So I just started preparing for the exam on Monday. It's a lot. There's 10 lectures to cover. Okay. Alright, I got through 2 lectures. It's fine. Just keep at it, I guess. It's gonna be tomorrow's problem. I'm just gonna sleep. Good night. All right, good morning. I did my morning routine. We get back right at it. I think the first thing to do for today is definitely finishing up some of the lectures from yesterday, and then doing Anki intermittently. So the Anki decks that I made for anatomy, I'm gonna be doing that. I think for every 40 minutes that I study for my Monday's exam, I'm gonna do 5 or 10 minutes of Anki. I'm gonna do that until probably noon. I figured I'd get some coffee first. it's noon. I'm gonna scrub up. Probably gonna get some food first, and then I just got done studying. Yeah, I got like completely just, I got humbled, let's just say that. So, a lot of work to do. I gotta keep doing ENT and the HEAT exam that's on Monday. Alright, probably gonna shower real quick. Smell like cadaver, so. Also, I realized that intermittently just like switching it up from like watching lectures to doing Anki, I think that that's kind of counterintuitive because it disrupts the flow of whatever I'm doing. So like if I'm in the mindset of doing the lecture and if I just like set a timer and switch to Anki, I'm gonna be distracted and I won't get back into the flow of things. So I'm gonna stop doing that. I think I'm done. Good night. It's currently 6 a.m. We'll see how much studying I get. I still got like 5 more lectures to completely understand. So I'm gonna do 2. I don't think I'm gonna go into the lab today just because I need to really hunker down on this the final exam for tomorrow, so. Got done with my first round of studying. Some of the stuff is actually kind of interesting. We learned about disorders of the throat, disorders of the ears. You know, it's really cool to see how everything plays out. Alright, I'm just gonna take a quick break. Group work to do. Yeah, I'm gonna get food first. I'm with some of my friends. I don't know what I'm doing. There's just so much to like understand. For this class you have to understand like the etiology of every condition, the pathogenesis, the diagnostic workup, the treatment options, as well as any other clinical pearls and contraindications or indications to treatment options that are available. You kind of have to understand that based on the clinical vignette that's been given in the question stem. So that's why it's like super hard. I mean, so far I made Anki cards for specific treatment plans. It's like kind of helpful because you have to be pretty specific as to what treatments are required based on the conditions. As for the pathogenesis and like the pathology of the disease, I kind of just like split it into condition and drew like a schematic of what happens, so or like a flow process chart of what happens. I don't know if this is gonna like help with like in terms of understanding what happens, but I guess if I just keep rereading it and just trying to absorb whatever is being done, I think that'll probably like help out. All right, I'm done for today. I did one pass of everything fully, so I feel pretty okay, but there are some specific pieces of information that I am not completely confident on. So I'm just gonna do that probably tomorrow morning. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for your support. I greatly appreciate it. It's helping my channel grow. If you like the content, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new. I hope this video gave some insight into kind of how finals week is. Yeah, super stressful. It always feels like you don't know anything, and then usually it works out in the end, but tomorrow's my exam, so let's hope for the best, you know. As always, I like keeping it real with you. Peace.